Hello, I'm Dan Bensky, and I'm here to introduce the Engaging Vitality YouTube channel. We plan to have small videos put on here on a regular basis to introduce our work and to show you kind of what we do and why you might be interested in learning with us. Engaging Vitality is basically an application of some osteopathic techniques to the practice of East Asian medicine. And these are not only palpatory techniques, but also some mental states and mental ideas. And doing this will give you some tools in which to feel what's going on with your patients in a kind of direct, less abstract way. And doing so, this will increase the efficacy of your treatments and very definitely will help you to engage more with what we consider the infrastructure of traditional East Asian medicine, the physiology, the pathology, etc., which sometimes comes across as kind of abstract and maybe even somewhat arbitrary. But with these techniques, as well as with others, we can appreciate it as something that's physical, real, and reproducible. There are some background premises and kind of what we believe are the core concepts in traditional East Asian medicine that both influence what we do and are influenced by what we do. The first one is that traditional East Asian medicine is a set of interrelated, overlapping systems. It's not a single system. This is a great thing for us because it gives us a lot of flexibility, doesn't make us ideologues, helps us kind of adjust what we do to the needs of the patients. And as such, there's never, ever only one way to do things in traditional East Asian medicine. Another premise is that acupuncture is a call and response form of treatment. It's not putting needles in people or burning moxa on people, but it's using those techniques as well as others to get a response from people. And this response can be palpated with our tools, again, as well as other tools, which is really, really helpful. Another premise that symptoms are important, but they don't tell us where the problem is, nor where it is best to treat. And so we have to figure out how to deal with those symptoms without being kind of too hidebound. You know, we don't want to be one of the very, very low-class practitioners that when the head hurts, they treat the head, or when the feet hurt, they treat the feet. Again, as a clinical medicine, traditional East Asian medicine is based on being helpful and not being correct. And so, or being correct is being helpful. And so our techniques help you do that. We also have some practical premises. Diagnosis is something that is dynamic and ongoing and occurs as the treatment goes on. It's not an abstract thing in our mind, but it's a kind of a dance that we do with the patients to see what's going on. And therefore, proper treatment requires constant reevaluation. And the techniques we have, as well as looking at the tongue and pulse and other techniques, will tell you if you're on track. We always palpate to test our diagnosis with the idea that we're maybe incorrect, we may be unhelpful. We don't have the mindset that we're confirming our diagnosis. And again, one example of this is that point location has to be specified by the response of the body. It cannot choose a point location based on some technique in a book or some location in a book or something. You have to see that when you put the needle in or apply moxa or cup over the area, that you get a response. And the more systemic, the more generalized the response, the better. In the basic Engaging Vitality course, you will feel lots of different tools to help you do this. We'll learn which organ is involved, which vessels are involved, whether there's certain kind of fluid issues. Again, sometimes these things are very easy to feel and a lot harder to suss out with talking to people. You will be able to tell in complex presentations, like most of our patients, what part is most important. And again, since we're a clinical, want to be helpful type of medicine, where you should start. And this is really crucial information. You'll be able to find the points that are active or useful for this person at this time quite easily. You'll have multiple ways to see if you're being helpful. And again, I think one of our ideas is that The more things you can check, the more likely you are to be helpful instead of just doing one thing. And you'll also have multiple ways to see if you're over-treating the patient. Overtreatment is a big deal, not only because it gives patients unnecessary side effects, but because it can actually decrease the efficacy of the treatment. In our primary 3-module course, you'll learn a few different things. We call them such as the shape of qi, the qi signal assessment, different kinds of listening, the yang rhythm, the yin tide, etc. And we'll have videos on all of these coming up on our channel. But you can just see from the names of these, you'll be able to appreciate what's going on in the qi and the yang and the fluids, which is going to be helpful to you no matter what kind of acupuncture or other forms of traditional East Asian medicine modalities you use. So this is the end of the introduction. You can see how to contact us basically through our website at www.engagingvitality.com. If you're interested in hearing from us or studying with us, that would be the place to go. I appreciate your time and take care.